There are days when words fail us, and only silent sighs can express the weight in our hearts. Life doesn't always hurt because we fall, but because of the words we hear, the insults, the betrayals, the silence when we needed someone most. But you know what? A wise man doesn't react. He observes, he reflects, and he turns pain into wisdom. In today's video, Rise in Quotes invites you on a journey through profound lessons, graceful responses to insults, and powerful truths that awaken the soul. Because sometimes all it takes is one quote, one truth, to change how you live the rest of your life. Have you ever smiled just to keep your heart from breaking? Behind that quiet strength lies a storm, unseen but deeply felt. In a world that values noise, silence can be your loudest power. What if the calmest response to an insult is also the most intelligent? Sometimes the deepest pain doesn't come from wounds, but from words. But a wise man learns not just to endure, but to transform it into wisdom. If no one is hating you, perhaps you're not shaking the ground hard enough. The most painful kind of hurt isn't physical. It's when you're forcing a smile just to keep the tears inside. Never forget the hands that held yours when no one else even noticed you were falling. We often spend sleepless nights overthinking, only to end up hurting ourselves in silence. We think too much, feel too little, and forget how to breathe. Work quietly. Let your results speak volumes. Common sense feels more like a burden when you're surrounded by those who lack it. People remember your failures far more than your triumphs. But as long as you're still breathing, you've got no reason to give up. You can't step into the future while still making deals with your past. When money speaks, no one stops to check the grammar. The ones with the darkest past often create the brightest futures. Time doesn't change people, it just pulls the mask off. If you're afraid, don't do it. But if you've chosen to do it, then never let fear take the lead. And remember, some victories are meant to be carried alone. Whether in a jungle or in this chaotic world, strength, both of mind and soul, always prevails. Pain is undervalued. Someone born in a garden of ease will never understand the beauty of a single bloom. Don't ever hurt the voice that first taught you how to speak, your mother's. Trying too hard to prove your worth often becomes its own form of weakness. When stuck at a crossroads, flip a coin, not to decide, but to discover what your heart truly wants. If you can sit alone in a restaurant or watch a movie by yourself, then you already hold the strength to conquer anything. When you're born into fire, it's easy to believe the whole world burns. But it doesn't. Half of what makes you beautiful is not your appearance. It's your words. Ignore what's whispered behind your back. A lion doesn't turn around when the dogs bark. When a blind man sees, the first thing he throws away is the stick that once supported him. Poverty doesn't just take, it pushes people into the shadows. And the most terrifying kind of rage? It comes from a gentle heart that's been pushed too far. Death isn't the biggest loss in life. It's losing parts of yourself while you're still breathing. The moment people can't use you anymore, their true colors start to show. Every new beginning given by life is a test. Will you repeat the same old mistakes or evolve? If you argue with a fool, be careful. You might just become one too. Don't waste your hours on people who only notice you when they need something. If you won't listen to your father's wisdom, life will teach you the hard way. The harshest battles are often fought inside your own mind. If you fear losing, you'll never truly win. A real man may never ask for help, but he always remembers the ones who offered when no one else did. Eat your food like it's medicine, or you'll eat medicine like it's food. If you want to stay in control, build a life where people depend on your value, not your presence. Be the kind of man who's busy shaping his body, his mind, and his future, while others are just watching. Everything else, it's noise. Solitude becomes the silent price you pay for fixing your life. Never let hate cloud your judgment. It always distorts the truth. A salary may pay your bills, but it can also bury your dreams. Sometimes silence is your best answer. The truth always finds its way, no matter how deeply it's buried. Silence holds a power that screaming never will. When you're honest, some people will walk away, but that's how you know they never deserved you in the first place. Power is only needed when you're trying to control. Love is enough when you're trying to build. Be calm like a monk, sharp like a lawyer, and think like a boss. Because in the end, everyone will hurt you. The real question is, who's worth the pain? Some people are worth suffering for because true love or connection never comes without challenges. Making money is a skill, keeping it is a discipline, and multiplying it is an art of its own. Never respond when you're angry. Never make a promise when you're too happy. And never make a decision when you're drowning in sadness. Winners don't wait for motivation. They create it every single day. Clocks only show time, but time itself reveals people's true nature. The biggest communication issue we face isn't language or intelligence. It's the fact that most people listen to reply, not to understand. Control your ego when you're winning and your thoughts when you're losing. If you can master that, you can master anything. No matter how talented you are, if you're in the wrong place, you'll always be undervalued. Know where you stand and know when to walk away, because the longer you stay on the wrong train, the more it costs to get back. Life is too short for sadness and negativity. Don't waste your time pretending you're right when you know you're wrong. Real confidence doesn't need a disguise. And always remember, the moment you need people the most is usually when they leave. If you need help, ask. Silence doesn't heal. If you want to destroy a nation without war, make adultery and indecency normal among the youth. Success isn't about luck. It's a slow, patient game of hard work. And if you're right, you don't need to prove it. Liars always have more dramatic stories than those who hold the truth. Free your mind, because the worst slavery is being trapped in your own thoughts. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you fight for. Feed a dog for 3 days, it will remember you for 3 years. Feed a human for 3 years, and they may forget you in 3 days. Forgiving someone silently and cutting ties without drama is a form of self-respect. If you ruin someone's life with lies, false hopes, or empty promises, consider it a loan, because karma collects with interest. If your parents weren't rich but gave you a good education, be grateful for their silent sacrifices. Decisions made in anger can never be undone. And don't be afraid to start over. This time you might love the story you write. The sun still rises every morning, no matter how dark the night was. Don't sit at tables where people talk about others, because the moment you stand up, you become the next topic. If you focus on your wounds, you will keep bleeding. If you focus on the lesson, you will keep growing. Sometimes the wrong people teach us the most powerful right lessons. Be so busy improving yourself that you don't even have time to impress anyone. Pain doesn't end. We just learn to smile for new reasons. Anyone trying to bring you down is already below you. Never disturb a snake unless you're ready to cut off its head. Boldness without preparation isn't bravery. In the end, the only person you truly have is yourself. Learn to celebrate others' victories. Your time is coming. I've survived too many storms alone, and now they're offering me an umbrella for a little rain. Take a simple idea and take it seriously. When your intentions are pure, you don't lose people. They lose you. Worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It steals today's peace. Life is always better when no one knows where you are. Worry is the misuse of your imagination. You can learn so much simply by being silent and observing. No flower blooms without rain, and no man grows without pain. Keep your distance from people who never admit when they're wrong and always make you feel like everything is your fault. Never ignore someone who truly cares about you, because one day you'll realize you lost a diamond while chasing after worthless stones. If you're brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a brand new hello. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. If any part of today's video touched your heart, even just a little, then our mission at Rise in Quotes has found its meaning. Keep nurturing your wisdom, your inner strength, and your peace of mind. And always remember, you don't have to react to everything. Sometimes the silence of a wise soul speaks louder than 1,000 voices. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone who might need healing too. We'll see you in the next video, where every word is crafted to change a life.